Hello students, how are you all? I hope you must be fine and doing good. So this is your SST teacher and today we are going to have video number 3. But before starting this video number 3, I'm wishing you all a very happy new year. Everyone just be blessed, take care of yourself, and I hope this year we get corona free. Okay? So yes, this is our video number 3, chapter number 12, our history. So in previous class, we studied about the ancient period. In ancient period, we just looked on the Indo-Aryans. The Indo-Aryans were there. Then the Guptas, about Chandragupta Maurya, and also we read about Alexander the Great. Okay, so these were the things which we read in ancient period. Now we will go to our next period, that is medieval period. Going to medieval period. So yes, now what happened here? After the declination of this ancient period, now the arise of medieval period started. Now when did it started? It started by the end of 7th century. Okay, this started by the end of 7th century medieval period. And this period, you can also say that the period between the ancient period and the modern period is called medieval period. The middle period or medieval period, the period between the ancient period and the modern period is called medieval period. Now this started by the end of 7th century. That it means that it started in 8th century and continued till 18th century. Started to 8th century and continued till 18th century. Now what is this century? So this you should be knowing that 1 century equal to 100 years. Now you can calculate how many years the medieval period people ruled it. The emperors ruled in the country from 8th century to 18th century. Okay. Now we will move. Now what all happened during medieval period? Who were the people who came to medieval period? Who brought up new technologies? And how this medieval period started? Okay, now before coming to this, some of Delhi Sultanate rulers, I would tell you that the rulers of Central Asia, the rulers who were occupying the Central Asia, they were very powerful, and they became very powerful, and they were also attracted towards India. Why they were attracted? Because India was said as a golden bird, Sone ki chidiya. Because in India it was said that you can find out, you can grow all the different types of crops. Even gold was also found over here. So India was a very wealthy kingdom, very wealthy country, you can say. Okay, so that's why many people attacked India and they want to occupy many of the places. Now here Mahmud of Ghazni and Muhammad Ghori, they attacked the kingdom in India. Okay, the two rulers were there, that was Mahmud of Ghazni and Muhammad Ghori. They attacked the kingdom in India and looted the riches because they wanted to be the king of India. They want to rule India. So they started looting all the wealthy things what was present in India. Now here in 1206 CE, okay, there was a person named Kutubuddin Aibak. He was also a ruler. Now he became that time the ruler of North India. The north part of India was occupied by Kutubuddin Aibak. Okay, and he was the only person who built Qutub Minar. You must have pasted in your project work also, or this winter vacation work, that Qutub Minar. Qutub Minar was built by Qutubuddin Aibak. Now he founded this Qutubuddin Aibak, he founded a new empire, and that was called as Delhi Sultanate. Now Delhi Sultanate was his empire. Now here you can see some of his rulers, of Delhi Sultanate. Okay, the first picture you will see, that is Qutubuddin Aibak. The first picture you can see over there. Then the next one is Shamsuddin Iltutmish. We can also call him as Iltutmish. Sorry. Then next was Razia Sultan. Now she was a very brave lady. She was intelligent, she was courageous, she was beautiful, and she have all the tactics to rule the kingdom. She was a very brave lady, Razia Sultan, one of those time lady ruler. Then came Balban, he was also a ruler of Delhi Sultanate. Then came Nasruddin Mahmud. These were some of the Delhi Sultanate rulers. Then Alauddin Khilji, you must have heard his name. Alauddin Khilji, he was very rude kind of behavior he was having, but still he was the ruler of Delhi Sultanate. He was also very courageous. He had many technologies, means he had a very, you can say he was a very, very brave warrior. But still, he was like having a shrewd type of nature. He was a very having an angry type of nature. But these Delhi Sultanate rulers, they rule India. And later on, what happened? Now these Delhi Sultanate rulers, they came to an end. Now they started getting defeating, means they were losing the war with the against party, other party. They started getting defeated. They started getting defeated, and later on their sultanate got declined. It was completely declined, means fall of Delhi Sultanate. Now this, and as you know that in Delhi Sultanate rulers, they occupied northern India, north part of India. Now here North India was divided into small kingdoms. Now North India, they were divided into small parts. Now some of the other rulers, they started occupying north part of India. Now different wars were done, different fights were done. Now who came the ruler, who became the ruler? Babur. Now a rise of Babur, that is called Mughal Empire. Now after Delhi Sultanate, after the declination of Delhi Sultanate, rise of Mughal Empire it came. Mughal Empire was a very long one empire, and it was a very, you can say, successful empire. Mughal Empire. Okay, now in Mughal Empire, who was the first Mughal Empire? Babur. Babur was the first Mughal Empire. Okay, he came to India in 1526 CE and defeated other party against parties. And then he laid the foundation of Mughal Empire. He defeated all the Delhi Sultanate rulers and all the small kingdoms which was present in north part of India, and then he became the Mughal emperor ruler. That was Babur, the first Mughal emperor. Then later on, Babur's son was Humayun. Humayun was there. Now Humayun became the ruler of that Mughal empire. Now later on, what happened? Now Humayun's son was Akbar the Great. Now he is one of the most famous in Mughal Empire. He was the most brave and courageous, Akbar the Great. Okay, now Akbar's son, who was Akbar's son, then continued with Jahangir. Akbar's son was Jahangir, continued with Jahangir. Then came Shah Jahan. Jahangir's son was Shah Jahan, who built Taj Mahal. And then the last ruler of Mughal Empire was Aurangzeb. Okay, he was not a successful ruler. That's why during his time, the Mughal Empire came to an end. So here are some of the pictures that I can show you and tell you. First one. So this is the first one. This is Babur, first one. Then the down one is your uh, Humayun. This one is Humayun. Babur, Humayun. Okay. Then this is Akbar. This is Akbar. Then next one is who? Jahangir. Yes, Jahangir is this. Then the upper one is who? After Jahangir, who is was? Shah Jahan, correct. Then last one was Aurangzeb. Okay, last one was. Okay, so last picture it is not coming into the frame, so you can see in the book also Aurangzeb. So these were the stages of Mughal Empire. First came Babur, then Humayun, then third one was Akbar, then Akbar's son was Jahangir. Jahangir's son was Shah Jahan, who built Taj Mahal in the memory of Mumtaz, his wife Mumtaz. And then the last one was Aurangzeb. So Aurangzeb was not that much brave or courageous, and due to him only the Mughal Empire came to an end. Due to this, you can say Aurangzeb only. So Mughal Empire came to an end. And then the decline of Mughal dynasty happened. The rulers who came after Aurangzeb, they lost many of the powers, and later on the Rajputs came in. After the declination of Mughal Empire, the Rajputs came. Now they took over India. Rajputs came, Marathas came, the Sikh, and many different people came, and they started ruling India. Now this was the end of medieval period. Okay, the declination of Mughal Empire means the end of medieval period. Now from here it starts modern period. Now here modern period, gradually, slowly and slowly everything got started changing. After the decline of Mughals, European trading, the different people from different countries, they started coming to India and started trading, means import export business. As they knew that India is a very wealthy country, they can get all the resources, all the everything, so they came to India and captured also India and started doing business and all. And here these European people, they were defeated by the Britishers. Now the Britishers were the other part. Okay, the Britishers took over India. Now we were occupied by the Britishers. Okay, the Britishers ruled India for a very long time, and as you know, we got independence from this Britishers only in the year 1947. Our India got independent. So here in 1757 CE, Britishers defeated Sirajud-Dowla. Now who was Sirajud-Dowla? Sirajud-Dowla was the Nawab of Bengal during that time. During that time, Sirajud-Dowla was the Nawab of Bengal. He ruled India. But the Britishers defeated him also. The Britishers occupied India fully. Now later on, the Britishers captured India and started to exploit the Indians. They were treating the Indians very harshly, badly. Means a very bad scenario was present during that time when the Britishers were ruling India. So due to this, the Indians also got fed up. The Indians got fed up and they thought that now we should go against the Britishers. Okay, so they started doing revolt of 1857. It was a very big revolt done by the Indians, and it was against the Britishers. So this revolt started on, but the result did not came anything. But still, here the Britishers were little bit afraid that now the Indians, they have risen up and they want independence from us. So during that time, there was a very great leader father of our nation, that was Mahatma Gandhi, who led this freedom movement. And his main thought was there, satyagrah, satya pe chalna. That was on the principle of truth and non-violence, satya aur ahimsa. Okay, this was a main motto of Gandhiji. Now he struggled a lot to get rid of from the Britishers. He helped the Indians, and he literally he was he was the person who was means leading the freedom movement, wanted to be independent from the Britishers. And it happened later on in 1947, 15th August, our India got independent from the Britishers. So yes, this was our video of medieval period and modern period. So I hope you get this all, and please go through the video, and if you want to copy this, the important points I have given you, you may copy it in your SST classroom copy, because these are the important points, so that it will be in your mind also. Okay students, so this was the video. So please go through the video, and please just recollect all the events, what all happened. Okay, thank you, have a good day.